Might actually be a pretty hard lane for him, especially considering the Lion can just solo roam with smokes and go with the early shaker fissure into the hex.
For battle.
And definitely
Jesus
kill him.
Christ. Speaking of smokes, look at these guys. They are invested in some serious dankage right here. You see 2 smokes going to be picked up already on the side of VG for both FY and Fenrir apparently. And then Hellraisers get one of their own. So these 2 Titans look like they're going to be going towards each other like 2 buses off course. So I'm going to quickly roll through some introductions here. We got Black, who's going to be rolling with the Drow Ranger on the side of VG Gaming. We got Super. He's going to be playing that Shadow Fiend. Fenrir's going to be playing the Lion. And that leaves FY on the Earthshaker. I might have already said his name. Meanwhile, iceiceice is going to be playing your Phoenix. And, well, hold on a second here, Jenkins.
Might have a clash.
Yeah, this is very timid stuff. Gorietz, if you will, is scouting it out ahead as his Darkseer hasn't invested a point into anything. Might need that surge to boost someone forward.
Oh, they see Black now. They got a ward down behind the tower. Looks like they are doing an aggro jungle on the Enchantress. That could be annoying.
This will be very interesting. Hellraiser is definitely pulling out something funky and fresh with this lane assessment.
God, yeah.
But hold on a second. Okay, now they're going to see how much they're going to put into value as far as which bounty rune goes to who. It looks like iceiceice is already on the up and up towards the top, and Dread's going to be there to contest, but
the battle begins.
it looks like Hellraisers are going to be able to secure the bottom one. Alright, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Anyways, Jenkins, if you wouldn't mind, can you tell me about the Hellraiser squad? Give me the introduction. I gotta hear it.
Yeah, sure. On Darkseer, we have Gork. On the middle lane, Razor, we have Afro Ninja. I always want to call him Afro Ninja.
Dude, do whatever, it's fine.
On the Enchantress, which appears to be in the Dire Jungle, is goddamn I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name on the Axe. Do you know how to pronounce it?
Yeah, I actually, well, don't worry, because I said the same thing already. We always just figured it was Arts, but it's Artez.
Artez.
I only know this because we were fortunate enough to actually ask, like, black person
Yeah, okay.
how to say stuff so we don't sound like idiots all the time. Not saying you sound like an idiot, of course, you know, you're idiot, but it's Artez, but
And
who
then
cares, right?
last but not least, of course, Dread on the Witch Doctor, who is zoning the hell out of this Phoenix.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you want to go? Man, back the hell up. Dread's going to have to eat a tango. iceiceice will have to do much of the same. He's got 7 tangos, though, and 1 salve.
Yeah,
He's
he
expecting
has
to
so
get his
much
ass
regen.
beat. Yeah, so he'll be ready to regen on up, but Dread is not going to let him have an easy time. Certainly not. So, okay, no surprise. We expected FY to be part of mid lane there. Just kind of chilling, just in case things get a bit hairy for Super, but I guess in the meantime, Mr. FO Ninja will just harass as much as possible. So this, do you think Razor's still going to get much out of this laning process, or Super, as long as he has help nearby, he's just going to kind of remain in control?
Yeah, Razor's going to get a lot from this. The Earthshaker there pretty much denies the Enchantress ganks, which is really nice because not only can he fish the creeps when the Enchantress ganks, he can also just sit on like the high ground and break smokes, which is really annoying for the Enchantress, who would really love to gank the Shadow Fiend mid. Probably won't be able to.
Oh my goodness, Super though is able to charge on forward and finish off the Razor. Kids, it was deadly. I reassure you on that one. I missed it, but it's okay. So Super is able to advance on forward, and Razor does drop.
Dire's
so
middle
with
tower
that,
is under attack.
the I don't know. It looks like, did FY even have to use a Fissure for that one? I guess he probably did.
Yeah,
Half mana.
he used the Fissure to start it off, and then Super just right-clicked him a bunch with the Drow Aura, and threw off 2 races and killed him.
Alright, simple enough. FY's patience hanging in the mid lane just clearly pays off for the team.
Yeah, that's not the start that Razor wants. Shadow Fiend is 47 damage now, 49 damage, plus 54. That's pretty insane. I mean, the guy's hitting for 100 at 2 minutes. That's the lost lane, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. The raise is even coming through. FO Ninja needs to kind of reevaluate the situation, or at least reach out for some help. And that help might come in the form of a little Enchantress lady here. Adam is going to be moving towards mid lane, but let's take a moment. Tactical pause. No, it's lag from both sides, all sides apparently. So, alright, just a brief hiccup, but... So, dream case scenario, Jenkins, it looks like if he's able to get an engagement possibly in the mid lane, do you think this Centaur is going to be enough to get it done? As long as FY, I suppose, is not close enough.
I don't think so. I think FY's going to stack this camp, and then he's just going to head back to probably the high ground on the Ancients, or to the right of the middle tower on Radiant, and either way, he's probably going to be able to just Fissure off the creeps, or break the smoke, best case scenario, but either way, he's going to Fissure off the creeps, so it's really, really hard for this Enchantress to gank.
It's very defensive, but it will pay off. But that's what they got to do. And
I mean,
Enchantress has got a quota to meet. She needs to do something like this
yeah,
early.
exactly. This situation's pretty grim for him because he really wants to gank the Shadow Fiend who just got first blood, and
He's even drawing it right there, right? That's not you drawing it. That is
No.
exactly what I was thinking he was going to do, too. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's going to go all the way to the up dupe and find his way back in behind, but you got FY over here, and they might end up crossing paths, and that whole plan just goes
He's
to crap and down the toilet.
kind of in a really good position to break the smoke. And I mean, even if an Enchantress picks off the Shaker, like, who cares? He's level 1. It's the Shadow Fiend that, you know, the Shaker's doing his job. He's stacking, getting the camps up, and he'll probably just get experience from those when the Shadow Fiend raises them down. But this Shadow Fiend's gonna be huge on Super, and
He's going to be A-okay with that reliable gold to fall back on with the side farm. That's great. Let's talk about one of these other lanes. So with iceiceice up here at the top lane getting zoned back pretty hard. Artez on the other side, who's playing a core farming axe. This is a bit different than what they normally do. He's big on being able to just do your standard, more late game, traditional farm up and be a, you know, late game kind of core. It's just him on the axe seems like they're going very high tempo. In the same sense that you see some teams even run with like the safe lane farming centaur. It just feels like this is the newest trend of that with axe.
I kind of have a feeling they felt pressured this game as like the underdogs, so they wanted to do a strategy that would be fairly unpredictable by Vici. So the axe getting the early blink, as well as having the Iron Shell from the Darkseer and the cover of the Witch Doctor with his Cask and ulti, they could turn around some team fights early, and that's definitely what they need here, especially with the Shadow Fiend getting the first blood and Drow free farming bot. So we'll hopefully see the early blink come out on him, and then the Witch Doctor take the lane and farm the Aghanims. And
yeah, that would be ideal case. Dread, you've been playing a lot of Witch Doctors, so he knows how to find the farm when necessary. But yeah, Artez, the big thing for him is getting a hold of that blink so he can start racking in the kills. And iceiceice, he's going to be a tough bird to get a hold of, though. Icarus Dive can prove to be a bit of a headache, and Axe isn't big to really be swinging his club very fast, so dealing with the A could be a bit tricky for someone like him. So we'll see if iceiceice gets that bit of farm.
Fortunately, if you dunk a creep, if you have Aghanims, you can kill the egg really quickly, because your ulti will just hit it.
That's true. Maybe Aghanims could be a potential grab here for Artez to go, if he wants to go more direct towards the bird, but yeah, mid lane. Let's see. He's got two creeps.
Shaker's not really in that great of a spot, so this could actually happen right now.
Oh yeah, he is smoked up. It looks like they both have same intentions on making it go towards mid lane. Oh, and he walks right back towards FY. It's gonna block him back, and poor little Centaur is gonna have to be taken care of. An extra bit of gold there for Super, and got him, blames it on lag. No, but he does not come up successful, and he has to walk away, unfortunately, with one less creep.
Man, it's so unfortunate because he needs to get this kill on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, they clearly don't have the late game with this Axe Razor. Like, they don't really have a late game right clicker, and then Vici has two, so he has to get this kill. But the Shaker's just sitting there, and he can't do it. There's no way.
Well, then you look into plan B. What are the options from there? This isn't successful, so do you chalk it up, go back to the jungle, find a couple of new creeps, and maybe make an engagement again or elsewhere? Or, I mean, it seems to be like he might be in a bit of a hard spot. This is interesting enough. It looks like Fenrir, did they block out their own camp here with this ward? Sentry ward here on the bottom?
Let's see. Yeah, that blocks it. Does
Is
it
that
block
just
it?
in case Enchantress does go aggro in the jungle? That's a funny little self-block just to make sure.
I'm not 100% sure if they just were dewarding it. There's a ward there. I didn't catch that, but
It's a late one, yeah, so it's hard to tell.
yeah. So it is about to run out. So it does appear that maybe was like a level 1 ward or 0-minute ward just to deward the camp, so he could. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. He must have.
He
So that
put it like
okay.
right in the middle. It's
think-
like,
I have
I
a
want to
feeling
get rid of it.
that doesn't block. That may just be right on the line because it's pulled on the easy camp, right? So unless that's his first time pulling and he placed the ward after the first spawn, that's some weird stuff going on down there. I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna have to check that out. So we'll see, sure enough. But for now, they're making do with what they got. And well, for Goriet's down here on his Darkseer, this is a matchup that typically works better when you're going against maybe a melee core. But Black doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't really care about Iron Shell. What? He's just gonna shoot the creeps. Cool creeps you got there. I'm just gonna.
I mean,
shoot them down.
the nice thing too is when you're a melee core, even a range core like Luna or something with kind of melee range, like just bad range, the creep can still run after you with Ion Shell, and it can do quite a bit of damage, especially if he surges it. But she can just frost arrows the creep, so that's not really a tactic that the Darkseer can employ. Because I know it's really nice to just put 2 Ion Shells on the creeps as they're pushing, especially on a pull or something, and you just pretty much kill the carry. But Drow doesn't really give a damn about that, so it's really nice for him down there. He's probably gonna free farm.
Yeah, this is going to be a real rough time for Hellraisers on the bottom lane. Black will pretty much get to do what he wants. It looks like Fenrir's already on the way to really beat the ass of Gorietz here, not let him get close at all. And then at the place you don't have a whole lot. And reinforcements, they might have a hard time getting to you because we already had Enchantress try to give some attention towards mid lane, and that was unsuccessful. So it's going to be quite a while before I feel like even this poor little Darkseer is going to get help from anyone on his team. I mean, Afo Ninja, I feel, has his hands full already with this beastly Shadow Fiend and Super, and then, you know, top lane seems to be the one thing that is going their way, but that's Artez trying to build up a bit on his axe. But
yeah, fortunately for them, Vici doesn't have too much early game aggression, and they have a jungler, so they're always going to be getting better farm, minus maybe the Shadow Fiend on the stacked camps, but their farm's going to be exceptional, especially considering iceiceice is just having a terrible time in the off lane here. I mean, he's level 2 at 3 minutes 37 seconds. It's not bad, but Gorik's certainly having a better time in the off lane. He's at least level 3 and has an Ion Shell in the creep.
yeah, and I guess it goes the other way. Drow can do a little bit of harassment onto Gorietz, but he can always fall back on that surge if things get too hairy, as long as Fenrir's not around. But looks like Fenrir's been on his own little creep pull warding adventure, so he's been taking advantage of the time while the support's not there. Supposedly well, but yeah, we're paused, everyone. I know, I don't like it either, but you know, apparently there is bits of lag through the server. Admins are discussing with players, probably live in person in Shanghai, while I sit here on the East Coast and have no idea what the hell's actually happening. So that's just how it goes. But Jake, if you don't mind, I guess we could take this moment. I'm going to show everyone what the hell is going to be happening on this stream. Boom! There is the schedule. If you look over to the right-hand side, that's BTS2. That's my stream right here. Of course, that means there's still matches happening. If you like games that are probably not paused, you can check out either Beyond the Summit or Dota Cinema. I don't know who's casting what, but I'm sure it'll be someone you like. And over here on our stream, we're casting Vici Gaming taking on Hellraisers, which is our 4th matchup. And then we go into eHome versus LGD. Secret versus Newbie will finish out myself and Jenkins together. And then to round out the night, we are going to have Blaze come in, and it's going to be Rave versus CDEC, and IG taking on Big God. And then they did let us know, I have some bad news, they have changed the schedule a little bit. They're removing the last matchup on the next 2 days, today and tomorrow at least, and they're moving it to the 3rd day. So EG versus C9 will not be played today. Oh, that sucks, because I was actually looking forward to that matchup, but burnt. Sadly, we're not going to get to see that one. Well, it is what it is. So, Jenkins, how's it going? Have you had to adjust your sleep schedule pretty dramatically to do this, or do you always just stay up this frickin' early?
Yeah, I slept for probably 5 hours, from like 8 to 12. I was worried I would just miss the match. But what are the chances of everything like going early? It's like impossible.
No, never.
Dota games don't end at 20 minutes anymore.
There's always delays. Something happens. I don't know what the hell these kids are doing half the time, but you know, I'm here. I'm patient. I'm waiting, but things happen, whether it's technical or not. So we always tend to end up with like 30 to 45. I don't even know hour behind schedule, but it is what it is. So we'll make the best of it at least for now. Ride all you want, kids.
Did you see that Navi BDG?
Really? That was who I saw. EG got beaten. I didn't know it was by Navi. Holy smokes! What happened? Give me the synopsis or the TLDR.
I was watching your cast.
Oh, what a guy!
I'm a fan. But yeah, I was looking at can't believe it, man. Navi's back. Well, okay, people say that every other day, but honestly, those guys like can pull just amazing games out of nowhere. So
5-3 now it looks like for Navi. That's pretty awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
so 0-3 to 5 straight.
Yeah, that's like the Navi standard. So even with like most of the players being changed, they still kind of have the same sort of play style. They just have the they come back. That's like the only way they play is they come back.
So brash. It either just goes beautifully, it's like the perfect storyline, or it could just actually go to crap real quick. But they have found a formula. At least it looks like it's working for them. For a while, it seemed more of just the Magnus during Starladder and some Troll, but it seems like they're building that pool a bit more. But lo and behold, it looks like hopefully we're going to give it a go and try it out. And hopefully these players won't be feeling any sort of bumpy lag. So what did we leave off? Well, Enchantress came up short on the gank, and now she's getting flanked.
No.
Oh, Fender had plenty of time to block this one out. Oh, bad times. Warrior Enchantress got him, is going to go down, and Vici Gaming are going to have a 2-0 head start.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I can
under
imagine
attack.
he's a bit salty about that. That kind of sucks, man. Like, it lags as his gank's happening, and then he runs into the line on the way back. The poor guy, man.
You have like
what a
10
way to-
minutes to like plot out the perfect play. Okay, Fenrir, I'm cutting
Yeah.
straight up from the north. If you meet with me, we will flank him perfectly, and that will be our kill. And they could just easily do the math, the numbers, how much burst potential, check over their life points. Okay, I think we got this one. That's unfortunate, but what can you do?
Yeah, well, I can assure you that like every team makes that sort of like when it's lagging, you kind of make plays, or you decide on like what plays are gonna happen. I'm pretty sure every team does that. I don't think anybody's like, you know.
No, we'll be good boys and just say nothing and look at the screen.
Yeah, the whole like
Come on.
chivalry thing or whatever. It's about winning. So.
Yeah, both teams have the opportunity to discuss. It's just
Exactly,
more unfortunate for the team that will be frozen in a bad predicament. So, well, with that
Dire's
said,
bottom tower is under attack.
we now have a big boost here for Vici Gaming. Bottom lane, Black continues to just find whatever the hell he wants. He actually goes with double band of Elskins, at least for now. So there's a bunch of power real early on. iceiceice continues to get harassed here in the top lane. There's a Battle Hunger on him. What level is it? Oh, it got him. Oh, wow. The last tick, Dread is going to go ahead and take down the bird. So Battle Hunger, did he level it up? He did. It's
Yeah,
level
he
2.
leveled it up.
Cool.
I wonder if he, if that's his like typical build, or if he did that just for the kill there. That'd be definitely interesting tactic to just level it up to get the
Yeah, easy for making calculations on the fly. Mid lane,
Yeah.
raise. Oh, right click. Almost brought down Afo Ninja. Really, really close
Radiant's
right
top
there.
tower
Almost
is
set up
under
again
attack.
from FY. That pesky Earthshaker, man. Always in the dark. And next thing you know, a big wall of crap is flying your way. But he could. Gorietz is, maybe I'll stack this and farm it. Nope, I gotta get the hell out of here. And he could be in trouble. Runs right into the Earth Spike of Fenrir. Right clicks.
Dire's middle
He gets locked
tower
down
is
off the
under
neutral
attack.
creep, even getting in on the action. Nukes him and he just go down. Stupid Satyr, screw you.
Man, that's 125 damage. Come on, Valve, let's go.
PC Gaming, please. That was hilarious. All right, well, that's not hilarious if you're an HR fan. I'm sorry. Condolences to you. But Gorietz will
Dire's
rest in
bottom tower
pieces.
is
Black,
under attack.
he continues to farm bottom and lay into this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Black is huge. I really like the double band of Elven skin. That's really smart because he's gonna build the other one into Manta later. So, especially with the new Drow changes, that your Manta illusions get the bonus agility. So it's really smart.
Yeah.
As opposed to going for like the triple double Wraith Band thing. The Elven skin gives you just as much agility, except you can build it into something later. So it's definitely smart.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, reading over the recent patch, they did make a slight nerf to just illusion gaming in general, taking down the damage a bit, which was kind of more focused on, like, Terrorblade, Naga gaming. But then Drow got that boost of the
Dire's
agility
bottom
being able to
tower
be
is
applied,
under
so
attack.
it works a little bit
Thank
both
God for
ways.
that nerf,
but
man.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Radiant's
Yeah, we were
middle
tired of
tower
the
is
days
under
of this, like,
attack.
tyrant army from one
Dire's
hero. It was
structures
ridiculous.
are
But for
fortified.
now,
Yeah.
there's an army mid lane as
Dire's
they look
bottom
to
tower
try
is under
to go
attack.
for a trade, but it's much easier for VG Gaming to get the job done on bottom. Will they go back for a defense? I'm seeing one TP. It is going to be Super, and he's going to try to raise and clear out. There's that frickin' creep again. Comes through. It's going to come out and
Radiant
lay out the Hadouken, but
structures are
Super's going to be
fortified.
A-okay. They actually put the Ion Shell on it, and they run it on out. But we are going to get another pause. Wow, wow. Oh well.
Oh man, these perfect world servers.
Blame
Living
BTS,
up to the
dude.
hype.
It's okay.
That's all your fault. Fix the servers, BTS. Come on.
Sure, I'll get on it, dude. I'll get right over there, open up that box, blow it out, and just like, I don't know, at this rate, I'm ready to pretty much, pull my hair out with Perfect World, but it's okay. Anyways, well,
Man.
unsuccessful potential trade of towers here for Hellraisers. They have to pull back at just the side of Super, but Where's going to be the tipping point to bring this back for HR? Is it just getting the Blink Dagger on this axe? He's at 1800. That's the only thing I can think of that can start bringing some momentum towards Hellraisers.
I think there's a few tipping points.
Okay.
It's going to be the blink on axe, because they can just go with the Witch Doctor ulti and pretty much all the ultis, and Wombo combo with the Darkseer. And then it'll pretty much be the Witch Doctor ulti, just because of how much damage that offers. And at that point, they're going to have probably BKB on Drow, BKB on the Shadow Fiend, so they're going to need the physical damage. The magic damage is not going to cut it at that point. So they're going to have two big opportunities to win this game, and I think Hellraisers are a team that can definitely do it. I mean, we've seen them work wonders with like the Warlock ulti and stuff, so they're definitely not adverse to using Wombo combo in like the perfect storm, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they can do it. They just need to like keep it together.
You have to believe. You have to
Yeah.
believe. But there is a little bit of combo factor in there. But certainly once they have the ability to get that initiation in, they can probably make a good go at it. It's nice because they can still take advantage of the fact that iceiceice is still a bit behind here. You know, he's 4.5 at 7 minutes in, and he doesn't really have much farm for himself. So not even, you know, the level 6, he won't have the egg at the ready. So it seems like maybe Hellraisers could possibly go push and try to take a fight before VG Gaming are really going to be ready to go as 5 or even 4. That's just
Yeah,
my own theory, Craft.
I definitely think that's the right choice. I mean, when they have the Phoenix ulti, it's going to be just magnitudes harder to fight them. They can still do it. It's just going to be much harder and require like pristine execution from like Axe getting a taunt on him or stunning him so that he doesn't get the egg off like in a really good spot. But he doesn't have the egg. He's this game has pretty much gone as poorly as possible for iceiceice. That kind of sucks. Because you really wouldn't expect him to lose this badly to a Witch Doctor Axe lane, but with the kill, leveling up the Battle Hunger, getting him with the very last tick, and he's going to defend the runes, and Enchantress is sometimes just taking them from him, so he's honestly not getting that much, and it's nothing with his play. It's just unfortunately like these sort of games happen, and they really suck. But it's a Phoenix. Like this hero is definitely not one that you can count out. If he gets a good egg off, the guy can just come back.
Yeah,
Get,
I'm
like,
trying
an
to think of what
smack.
the value for getting this Phoenix as opposed to maybe some of the other options that we know iceiceice to kind of work with. Like I'm thinking, why not something like the Timbersaw? I imagine he knew he could have possibly been going into this kind of a laning matchup. I mean, they went pretty late Phoenix pick, and I know Axe was the first nab, but I don't know. I mean, Timber can offer a little bit of the slow and mobility. Doesn't have to worry about the chase from maybe someone like the Razor, but I'm not too sure. I'm curious to see. I know Phoenix itself is a pretty potent hero, but maybe they have something I haven't seen yet. Maybe he's gonna get an Agnums.
Oh, maybe.
Double Requiem. Why not? Double Finger.
It doesn't work with ultis.
Oh, it's not with ultis. Oh,
Yeah, so
I'm
actually
thinking of. Okay.
I think the Agnus kind of sucks this game, actually. Too
Double
bad.
Fissure.
Double Fissure.
Yeah. Oh well.
I feel like they just picked it because they saw, I mean, at the time it was like, what, Witch Doctor, Axe, Darkseer? So it's like, man, these guys can't right-click for shit. Let's just pick the Phoenix, and they can't kill the egg. But he's getting really dumped on this lane. It's pretty sad.
Well. iceiceice, I'm sure he'll find his way back, but we continue to remain paused, unfortunately. I really don't want to have to, go to a brief intermission, but I couldn't tell you how long it will take. Sometimes these things happen, and all I'm seeing is bits of lag. It could be, fortunately, a Valve server issue, but before we get to that point, Jenkins, since this is my first time getting to have you on here, man, do you have any favorites for the DAC? Like, who do you think? What's the team you're going to be rooting for?
Well, who's your favorite
okay,
first?
let me see. Okay, I'll go. All right. Well, I gotta.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Oh, you know what? Forget that. Screw you. I'm not answering that question. All right. I want to cast Dota. Let's see. Hopefully it keeps going here. So backing it away. Let's touch base. So they tried to push down and make a trade towards mid lane tier 1 tower. Super TP'd in, was able to kind of withstand it on his own. And in the meantime, VG Gaming got the bottom tier 1 tower. And
oh, there goes the pause again.
well, dag nabbit, it certainly did try. They continue to ping and see if the lag is there, and they feel like it might have been a mild hiccup, and we're going to get back. So, whew, okay.
I saw Afro Ninja spam ping the Shadow Fiend there. I don't know if he's saying like, oh, we gotta gank this guy, or if he's just complaining about the lag, but there were some spam pings going on there on the Shadow Fiend, so...
Maybe, there he is, but at the
Radiant's
same
top
moment, I'm not
tower
sure
is
if my
under
leg's
attack.
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess 2 birds with 1 stone, certainly. But.
So, super pings mid, they're probably gonna go in with an invis and try and kill the Razor with the 2 supports. Fenrir's just gonna run up to him.
Trouble. Oh, no, can't get quite close enough. Fenrir. No precious blink dagger yet for you, but have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Dire's
In the
middle
meantime,
tower
just
is
pressure
under
up this
attack.
tier 1 tower. FO Ninja might be stuck just trying to solo defend, but Hellraisers are going to be losing this tower if they don't rotate anyone over.
It's nice that the Witch Doctor's getting the lane pot against the solo drow, and early level 6 on him is just unbelievably good. He can make some plays with that. And Dread's a really good Witch Doctor, obviously, so this is a really good laning for him. I mean, he's gonna get 6 before the Darkseer is, it looks like.
Oh yeah,
A few more creeps.
that's nice. Okay, so you have the use of a death ward. Let's look at Artez here, my
Axe
man.
has got his blink.
He's got the blink. He's ready. All right, now it's time to bring in the dunks. It's level 8, and he only invested those 2 points into Battle Hunger, but he's still got plenty of spin action here. But he's got to get done quickly. Berserker Call only being level 1 doesn't really last that long. 2 seconds. It's hopefully going to be enough. He starts slowly wearing down iceiceice. That may be the opportunity, but the information has probably already been given that this axe does have a blink dagger regardless. So I'm sure VG Gaming are going to be on high alert anytime he goes missing from the map. All right. So sadly still lag, but
Yeah, this is some pretty bad lag. I don't think the pauses have been this bad for the whole tournament, have they?
we've had 1 pause that lasted a while, and I actually had to close it all down for a while. It's okay, but as you can see there, I mean, they are. Is that okay? Yeah. No, they're on land, but it's 100, 130, so that is a bit awkward. I don't know if that's the exact ping they're complaining about. My connection itself to Perfect World is terrible as is.
DDoS? They may be getting packet loss too, which would really suck.
You know, the magical D word that I have come to know and love with my history of casting. This is just part of the game plan, unfortunately for me. It's okay, but
star equals DDoS.
it is what it is. So unfortunately, I guess the best we could do, folks, and I'm gonna have to do it, but I'm gonna have to save some voice. I can't just chit chat forever. I still have way too much Dota to cast, so better than just kind of throwing that out. I'm gonna have to do the right thing here, Jenkins. I'm gonna throw it over to a splash, a little bit of jams, and we'll just continue to hang out and hope that this game starts relatively soon here.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Get out of here. Come on. What are you doing? Silly cat.
Alright, well, they're giving it another go, and they pause it again. So they're just testing my quick
Razor
wins.
dies.
Razor dies at that one
God.
very moment. Okay, well,
there's a lot of salt here. Or
this
I mean,
is... Well, I gotta drink something real quick. Parched
reasonably
mouth,
so.
Salt. That was on the sodium nitrate. Okay, and apparently this is happening across the board. I just got word that the other games are also in a bit of a pause. So this is something, yep, I just opened up the main stream, and it looks like for Tong Fu versus C9, half of C9 is already DC'd from their game, but there's a pause across the board. So this is something on site, unfortunately, that they're going to have to look to resolve. So, all right, I guess I'll just testing my wits. Sorry, Jenkins, you know. This happened with F4L. That was the other game. He came in. No, it was even worse for F4L, all right? Imagine he came in, and then it had like a weird, crazy DC bug. I tried to reconnect, and then it was just too laggy. I tried to reconnect like 14 times, and it was just too laggy. He ended up having to stream his view of the Dota TV, and I cast it off of his stream and had the stream on that stream. We streamed in a stream. It was no sound, and I cast it over no sound. So this has been quite the casting experience so far. It's like the absolute gauntlet. So I appreciate your patience.
Well, you thought Summit 2 would test your wit, eh?
Yeah, there was like the WCA nightmare, then Summit 2
Welcome
had
to
some
China,
fun
my
bits,
friend.
and now
Welcome to
here we
perfect
are.
world.
Whee! So we'll see what happens now. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to do a reload. They might have to make a ruling. I don't even know. I imagine Hellraisers might be upset about this. If it was like just whatever kind of a tournament, no offense to whatever tournaments, then maybe one thing, but this is, of course, lots of money. So we'll see. But Dread says it's totally unplayable. And with that said, sorry, folks. Riot all you want, but I got to throw it back to some music. Just appreciate the fact that, hey, it's not Monster Cat, all right? We'll be back in just a moment. I just want to take a moment here. Jenkins, I know you're there, right? We should just, in the meantime, you make a valid point. Let's discuss the exact magnitude of how unfortunate this pause is here at this timing. Not only have they lost Razor, but if you haven't already noticed, and like you said, of course, Artez is currently teeping towards this mid lane engagement with a Blink Dagger at the ready. So VG Gaming see this during the pause, and this is going to be one hell of a huddle, I suppose.
His Lion's there too with an instant hex. He probably already has a shift queued on the axe with the Blink Dagger to taunt both of those Shadow Fiend and Earthshaker. I guarantee you that Jaker's just gonna dip right to the left because he knows it's like they're talking about it. They know Axe is TPing it, and that he may already have it shift queued, so he might actually miss it on both of these heroes. Whereas he probably could have just gotten both of these two.
Yeah.
With the Witch Doctor ulti, that's a disaster for VG.
This is going to be crazy. Yeah, the Witch Doctor ult will be there, and while their focus seems to be, they're probably looking at it from all situations, unfortunately, even with probably consideration for the Witch Doctor putting in their view. They do see him there. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if they might have to do a load or something, but they might have to, I don't know, discuss what's regulated or not. But you know what we can also do here? I got lore. I can read lore. Have you heard any of the lore stuff for this game?
For
Dota?
God,
like the
yeah.
actual, like all that stuff? It's so funny. I like
God,
the
it's
whole
pretty
list.
awful. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, half of it's terrible. I don't know where it comes from, but apparently
It's all supposed
the
to be
Bible.
one storyline. How the hell could they like try to make this all into one like big world? There's like too many.
Movie.
Valve is just like too good at creating like unique characters that all of these like characters couldn't actually exist within one world together. It just doesn't make any. There aren't this many unique people on Earth. Like, I don't know. Well,
when multiple galaxies combine, and
yeah,
we're on
exactly.
this extremely fictional setup. But like, here's one for example. Right, my good buddy Witch Doctor right here. I'll zoom in. Apparently, he carries his mother's shrunken head with him, so he's holding his mother's head. Maybe it's the one on the staff, but I don't know. For any of you lore nerds that care about this stuff, all right, that's all. It's this or the monster cat. What do you want, people? All right. So let me nab another one here. Do you know any lore off the top of your head? Some people know like little fun things, like who's related to who and all this whatnot.
Pudge was just some guy who walked around some battlefield putting people to, or taking like the corpses and like butchering them, and then like one day he decided to like try eating it and he's like, oh man, this is good, and he started eating more and more, and then he got some like crazy fetish for it and started putting pieces onto himself. That's like Pudge's story.
Yeah, I remember that actually makes more sense with his original skill set from like way back in the day when it was like wasn't it like dropping carcasses and eating them, and he had the wagon.
Yeah, the meat wagon.
They had the meat wagon, so that makes more sense with Pudge's original storyline. So that was so long. He had, I'm almost certain he had Carry on Swarm too in the early days. Like, call me crazy, but I'm pretty certain he had Carry on Swarm, which is now Crypt Swarm.
I remember the icon on him, but it could have been like another. Maybe that was just his. Because I do remember the Carrion Swarm icon. Maybe that was just like what the raw looks like, but maybe they changed that into raw. That sounds like that's what happened actually.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing. The old Dota here. Let me see. What else do we got? What other hero? Drow. I don't think I've looked up one for Drow, so let me fetch it here. No.
Or are you looking this up just on the Dota 2?
I found this on the internet, and it was like a huge post. It has tons of stuff here, and I actually just Control F to find like a certain particular hero. Like this one, I did Drow. So Drows are short, trollish.
Is it on Play Dota?
Huh?
Is it on Play Dota?
No, I think it was actually on the Reddit. That was at the top for a brief bit, but they probably got it from who knows where. Collected all these little scraps and stories and put them all together in this wannabe Bible kind of a setup. Venomancer used to be a human herbalist. He got bit by a venomous reptile in the jungle and tried to use nectar as an antidote. He fell into a coma for 17 years until he woke up the way he is now. All right.
So we know Veno's at least 17 years old from that. That's like what we know.
That's what we got. That's what we got. He used to be the Hydralisk icon for Dota, which was like a big deal because they like modded in a thing from StarCraft into Warcraft. And it was like, awesome, that's gonna be better. And then they made it Venomancer, so that was cool. Let's see, what else we got here? This game hasn't unpaused, right? Certainly not. All right. IO is everywhere and in all things, even in your genitals. Oh my God, is this for real? Even in your genitals and on your turds. This is a joke.
Is Io Jesus? Is that what Io is?
Well, his old name was God, I think, in olden Dota.
Oh.
So I guess that makes sense.
Well, that really depends what religion you subscribe to, but I know lots of these gods like to hang out in different places, like in your heart and different things like that. So
Your back when you take a dump.
yeah, exactly. I know Santa does that too, actually.
Who does?
Santa, he watches you when you're sleeping.
I don't like that. Get away. Old Saint Nick, don't look at my little Peter, you know? What do we got here? Okay. We have Sand King is not a scorpion. He is a fragment of a living desert that took on an arachnid form. All right? So I know all of you have been asking about that one.
Wow.
Answer. All right.
Each one of these stories has like it talks about like 3 or 4 different places that all sound like they're like regions. So how big is this goddamn world?
Dota's a
then?
vast galaxy, all right? You gotta understand, Dota 1 was like the Big Bang, and then we're spreading out now. There's gonna be multiple spin-offs of this game. There'll be the Witch Doctor iPhone app soon enough, and then where he saves his kingdom. I know I read earlier that Keeper of the Light destroyed the whole genocide of like Night Stalker. I'm sure that was like a different planet or something. Like, that's Dota for you, but...
Yeah, man, that Witch Doctor idea, the Witch Doctor app, that actually might sell. Just like, have them, you know, the little voice of saying, like, casket and then play some dubstep. Dude, that's like, sell that for $2 on the app market. You're onto something. Yeah, people pay $2 for that.
I guess they would. Alright, well, we're getting a disconnect reconnect here for Lion. We're gonna just have to truck through this and continue to wait it out, folks. So I'm gonna throw it again to a little bit of music. I know you don't like it, but take this moment maybe to take a dump, have a coffee, have a soda wherever you are, get a slice of pizza, or do what you gotta do. Say hello to your mother and your parents, get out from that basement. Alright, we'll be back in just a moment. Here's your music. Jenkins, unfortunately, it looks like we might give it an opportunity to go. And just as I was getting ready to send it to music and maybe use the bathroom, looks like they might give it a whirl. So we're here live with you. We'll check it out. Okay.
Every time.
No, they said wait. Okay, never mind. Super. All right. Well, here we go. Back to music. Oh my god, dude. Oh shit. Oh my god. Ah, god damn it. Why can't they wait for us to be ready? Shit. Better go in. Our 10-min's caught out and we take it down. Holy crap. Ice. Now on the chase out. Oh. Jenkins, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
Lord have mercy. What the hell did just happen? I can't even comprehend. They just go now. I can't even turn everything off. I'm sorry.
Oh man, well,
I'm
at
sweating.
the very least, they killed the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, hold on a second. I was getting ready to maybe play some Happy Wheels, like on screen to like kill time, and because I saw the other stream was doing it, and then all of a sudden they're like, go, and then I don't know. You should have seen me scramble to get back underway. So let's reevaluate. So Axe TP'd in, and they were able to finish off what looked like a couple of VG members. Sorry. Fill us in again.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So Axe TP'd in, kind of a longer TP than we predicted. Witch Doctor actually ultied, which
Dire's
pretty
middle
much
tower
killed the
is
Shadow
under
Fiend
attack.
solo, then actually just blinked in and dunked him, and then died. Dove too far and died. And then Enchantress picked off the Phoenix with a haste rune. So that's what happened. Went really well for HR.
All right, good for them because they've already had some misfortunes with these pauses prior to that one. So now that we're
Dire's middle tower
back at
is
our
under
chairs
attack.
and at the ready, that's very important to hear, of course, for iceiceice going down again, but he is looking for redemption. Uh-oh.
Dire's
Goddamn could be in
middle
trouble.
tower
They
has
hex him up.
fallen.
They got the nuke damage. They followed up with the spike, and Fenrir is suddenly on a killing
Radiant's
spree.
bottom
He is
tower
on track
under attack.
to a lot of early gold and getting a hold of a
Dire's
sweet
middle
time
tower
blink dagger.
is under attack.
Super picked up the mech, and he's heading top to push that tower. Looks like Dread
Dire's
and...
top tower is under attack.
God damn it, I forgot his name again. Dread and Axe smoked up to
Radiant's
try and pick
bottom
off the Shadow
tower
Fiend.
is under
Unfortunately, he
attack.
was already heading top to meet up with his team, so they didn't actually do anything with the smoke.
Gets a little bit extra mana boost right there from Red.
Artez, right?
Artez, yeah. Dude, if you say art, you can't go wrong with art.
Radiant's
And,
bottom
or Axe.
tower has fallen.
That's what I do. Sometimes just can't catch the name quick enough. And like him and Axe, they're gonna go around mid lane and find it right there. But all right, 6-3.
Dire's
Unfortunate
top
there for
tower
VG
is under
Gaming and the
attack.
recent scuttle. But now it's on to finding a new objective, top lane, with Beck on hand here for Shadow Fiend. Feel a lot more durable. Something looks to break out. But Black's
Dire's
also
top
getting in on the
tower is
action.
under
They're going
attack.
to mid lane. See
Radiant's
the double
top
spike
tower
and
is
stun.
under
They
attack.
trade. Artez blasted with the finger. Iceiceice is an exchange. Echo. They're going on the Dread to stop out the ward, and they get it done. Fenrir now dominated, but they are going to TP out. Vacuum is going to catch him. Good work. Got him. Gets his own double kill. We have a bit of a slaughter. A 3-for-2 trade advantage for Hellraisers. Back-to-back big
Dire's
fights,
top
but
tower
all
is
the
under
meanwhile,
attack.
VG Gaming take one tower top, and they're
Dire's
already going for the
structures
second.
are fortified.
Whoa. Rotate back. Super good with that mech. They're thinking about making it go on him. They get the early link. They still chase him even though he's invis, but they get the tier
Radiant's
1. So
middle
really,
tower has
Jenkins, who
fallen.
benefits the most from all this?
I think that was VG. They killed the 3 lowest net worth people and had to trade an Axe for it, who's the highest net worth on their team. So, kind of sucks that those were the heroes that were trying to make plays and they caught them out. But I mean, they need any kill they can get because they're an early game lineup and they're kind of losing early game. So, probably about 1 for 1. I mean, they didn't get the tower top with the Drow and the Shadow Fiend, but they certainly did a lot of damage to it. So they can grab that whenever they are still pushing up there later in the game fairly easily.
So we'll see now. VG Gaming feeling pretty good about that. They'll head towards the bottom, where there's still Goriettes now with 1,400 gold. Do you figure maybe he's probably going right for the Blink Dagger? Mech doesn't seem too necessary. I guess you do have the heal of the Enchantress on your team and the Witch Doctor, so do you just value maybe more initiation first and foremost on a Darkseer in this kind of game?
I think it's really important to get the Blink Dagger, because then, like I said, the next tipping point is going to be when the Witch Doctor gets his Aghanims, which means that Axe has to set up a really good call or a cask, so the vacuum is going to be critical in getting off a really solid team fight. Because otherwise they're just going to lose to the Drow and the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
Well,
is under
I
attack.
think it feels like VG Gaming know they have the upper hand and they are going to just absolutely dominate these towers. The damage is already out of control
Dire's
here
bottom
for
tower
these two. I mean,
has
Super
fallen.
with the DD, of course, certainly helps. Plus
Radiant's
234.
top tower
Lord
is
have
under
mercy
attack.
if you're on the bad end of that attack. So,
Like rapier damage, man.
Jesus Christ. They easily get a couple of towers. They check out Roche. It is up, and they're going to go right to it. Just one after the other here. Plus with Fenrir, he benefits a lot from all those recent kills. Level 8 on the
HR
support.
smokes for it. They're going in.
Okay, can they get
Radiant's
the
top
jump in?
tower is under attack.
Look, they do make the call on the low-hand side. Golden Dick comes back and Black did the Humro. Huge right-click damage. Axe has no chance. And now it's going to be Hellraiser's on the way out. The egg's going to be dropped, so iceiceice not going to lose his life. Uses the Icar side to catch on up to your Enchantress. Might not be able to attack. Wait, boy, shot. Okay, now make the go. Got him. It is going to be on the retreat. Oh, not going to be enough. Surge is not going to be able to help out. Gorians is going to be next. The finger as the cherry on top. It's going to be a full 5-man takedown. Vici Gaming continue to dominate. This is now going to become out of control with the Roche and Aegis in hand now. This is going to be real tough for Hellraisers. Real
Man,
tough.
that was amazing positioning from Vici. They didn't even have a ward. They just knew everybody's off the map. They're going to smoke in, and Axe is going to blink in and Cole. So they all leave the pit at the perfect timing, such that
Roshan
HR
has
blinks in
fallen
on
to
the Axe
enemy.
and calls no one, and he just dies to the right clicks. So really good positioning from them. And iceiceice was also on the high ground with the Phoenix Egg, which they just weren't expecting. He went up there preemptively with the Sunray. So just amazing positioning by these guys. Like, they're known for it, and they just kind of showed off like why they're such a strong team.
They're in hopes of trying to get hold of FY. Can't get the call, and he slams an Echo Slam. Get the hell away from me. Now drops the Fissure. Is still running. Not near his team, but he's going to try to go out with the TP. And the vacuum says not going to happen. But hey, space created, I suppose, for FY. It draws the whole team all the way there to the bottom, and you already see Vici Gaming adding pressure towards the mid and the top. But I guess HR will just take what they can.
Dire's middle tower is
That's
under
a
attack.
good kill. The Shaker Blink is going to be huge, and delaying him that, albeit he is the lowest net worth, keeping him down is going to be really nice for these team fights, because he's pretty much just a fissure at this point. So anything they can get, they need.
Dire's
Looks like
top
this top tower
is
will
under
drop.
attack.
Super
Dire's
walks
top
in and gets the
tower
last
has
hit
fallen.
on his Razor. He is looking pretty good towards getting that BKB. And back towards the mid lane here. We question the Enchantress as far as what she's going to offer after a bit of a lackluster early start as far as being able to get those objective ganks. And, well, she's trying to
Dire's
throw
top
together an
tower is
Agnes,
under
but
attack.
when the real right click comes, I think that's without a shadow of a doubt that Shadow
Dire's
Fiend and
middle
Black
tower has
are going to
fallen.
be king. So this is going to be not really a trade you want, but she does have the benefit of that untouchable. What's going on down here? Artez and FY are trading, and they
Oh,
might be able to get a hold of him, but there
Shaker.
comes the rotations. He tries to hide it in the trees. Fenrir shows up, and Witch Doctor goes down. Don't even need to use any sort of finger though. While on the other side of the world, they're pushing into the
Dire's
Hellraiser's
middle
base, and
tower
they're
is under
able to
attack.
take down the Enchantress. And now the tier 3's in jeopardy. Oh boy.
They're just trying to get anything on Hellraisers, man. They just need something. They just tilted a little bit, dove for the Shaker, who was in a really defensive position and just had TP support from the Lion. It's too bad.
Get a hold of Apple Ninja. Black considers pushing forward, but then does the right
Dire's
thing.
structure
Makes
is
it over
under
zone.
attack.
There's the jump in. They but so damn fast. Quick draw coming out. Super Dome unleashes a huge fury of his ultimate, is able to raise out one. Though the Zone Witch Doctor gets out some nice damage, takes down the Aegis Light, but he is very low, and ultimately ice in that burning egg. Take him down. Buyback is forced to come out now from that Witch Doctor, but they still don't have Artez with Core Axe. So with exposed racks, it's a Vici game. They're going to slowly take what they want here. Let's see. Orient's no ward. Considers moving forward with the Sunlight Shell. Oh, they blow up the Enchantress. That's a dieback for him. And they take down the Razor. This might be a quick GG, Jenkins.
Dire's middle barracks is
Oh.
fallen.
Yeah, mid lane dead. Good game called.
Dire's middle
there's the
barracks
GG.
are under attack.
Pause was
Dire's
almost
middle
longer than the game
barracks
itself,
has
to be
fallen.
honest.
Yeah, this is one of the very few like 20-minute GGs out of a stall. Although Hellraisers did have some really strong plays, unfortunately they just got snowballed on with some really ridiculous carry in the Drow.
Well, it doesn't take a whole long to wrap things up. Apologies, of course, to you, Jenkins, and of course the chat for having to put up with so many pauses. But if it's servers, it seems like. I wouldn't be surprised if there might be a little bit of downtime if they do need to look into the issue. But if it was resolved there, hopefully